What's up guys, Coby JJK here, and I'm back with another reaction video. Y'all seem to like the reaction videos, I think. So here's another one from Hoops Reference. It's ranking the most promising young players from every NBA team. So let's get it. Alright, let's go.
Every year we see a new crop of young talent come into the league, giving the teams that drafted them hope for the future.
Yeah.
Young prospects are...
I find this crazy, but like for like the first 4 years, like most rookies like that are actually going to become great, they're not too good to help like the franchise, but that's just how it be sometimes, you know. Because I think this is the reason because like all the bad teams get all the best players, so that's probably the main reason.
exciting for fans of teams to rally around because their futures could impact.
Because like at the start of every season, everybody's like, "Oh, this man's gonna help us so much," but they rarely do. If we're being
the
honest,
success of the team
takes
for
them a few
years to
years.
come, and if they develop how they're expected to, then they could be terrific players. For today's video, I went through all 30 NBA teams and identified the best young prospects, being players aged 23 or younger, and ranked them. The ranking for a list like this will be taking into consideration both how good of a player they are currently, as well as how promising I believe their futures will be, and how much I think they'll develop down the line. So I did my best to balance these qualifiers as best I could. Before we get started though, make sure to like the...
Hey, y'all should definitely do this right now. Like, and if you haven't already, subscribe.
Video and subscribe to the channel, as all support is very much appreciated. Now with that being said, let's begin. Starting from the bottom and working our way up to the #1 spot.
I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I don't know who that is. I'm gonna be straight up.
At number 30, we have Clemons of the Houston Rockets. The Rockets...
Hey bro, y'all know I'm low-key a Houston Rockets fan. I don't think they'll do too good in the bubble just because there's small ball in it, and Russell Westbrook has, you know the virus. And honestly, I don't know. Oh, I do know who Clemons is. I always see him in 2K. Yeah, but yeah, he deserves 30.
Don't exactly have much young talent, so Clemons was basically their representative by default. He's essentially a bench warmer, isn't a consistent member of the rotation, and there's no telling how long he'll stick around in the league, so for that, he's the last place finisher.
Okay, fair.
Up next at number 29, we have...
You always see this man. I've seen him in 2K before. He's not good at 2K, and I don't think he's that good in real life.
Tucker of the Los Angeles Lakers. He's currently the second youngest player in the NBA, and he spent pretty much the entire season down in the G League, but while he's still a pretty big unknown at the NBA level, he definitely has flashed some terrific potential.
I'm not gonna cap. I've never seen him play.
Unfortunately, I can't justify putting him any higher on the list because of how low his floor is, along with how high his ceiling is.
That's fair.
But I wouldn't be surprised one bit to see him blossom down the line.
That's fair.
Next up at number 28.
Yo, this man, I thought he's gonna be good, but they really haven't even given him that much time in Indiana.
We have Goga Bitadze of the Indiana Pacers. Bitadze is unfortunately behind a few very talented big men on the Pacers depth chart in Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis.
Oh yeah, that makes sense why they don't play him, because
opportunities he's gotten,
he has some great players in front.
Be a versatile big man that I fully expect to contribute for them down the line. He's very skilled from both inside and out. He just doesn't quite have as much upside as others on this list.
Okay.
Up next at number 27, we have Miles Bridges.
Yo, Miles Bridges is low? I think he could be a little higher, to be honest.
Charlotte Hornets. This may seem pretty low for Bridges, but personally, I'm just not as high on him as many others are. I don't think he's offensively talented.
What is this, like his second year in the NBA?
To qualify as a positive on that end, and defensively, he's a tweener between both forward positions, and not in the good way. He'll put up decent numbers, and his explosive athleticism is fun, but I think there are a ton of better and more promising young guys in the league.
Honestly, I don't agree with that one. Yo, my boy Dante this low. Yo, Dante's a GOAT
of the Milwaukee Bucks. Again, DiVincenzo is another player who's the only age 23 or younger guy on the Bucks roster, so he won the nomination here by...
He's a great shooter, plus he can finish at the hole, like with a crazy dunk or something.
Default, but he actually is becoming a very solid member of the team's rotation.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
At his best, I can see him being a valuable 3-and-D player that plays hard and makes plays in his role. Up next at number 25,
Anfernee
we have
Simons.
Anfernee Simons of
He's
the
actually
Portland Trailblazers.
he's actually
Simons
pretty good. He's
became
really
a
young,
consistent
I'm
member
pretty
of
sure.
the team's rotation this year, and in his first season
Plays for
getting
Portland,
minutes,
right?
he's done a decent job overall, but I still believe he's capable of much more as he continues to grow. He's shown off an ability to shoot the ball well from the perimeter and create offense at the point guard position, and learning from Damian Lillard for a few more years will definitely do him some good.
Okay.
Next up at number 24, we have Eric Paschall of the Golden State Warriors.
Yo, this man is definitely what am I trying to say? A hidden gem. Like nobody thought he's gonna be this good when we were coming into the season. Yeah, he's a goat.
Paschall emerged as a pleasant surprise for the team this
Yeah,
season.
he was surprising. I kind of feel bad that he played for Golden State, to be honest.
And his combination of ball
No
handling,
offense.
explosiveness around the basket, and shooting have made an instant impact on the team. He'll
I'm going to try not
be
to
a
pause.
nice piece in the team's rotation throughout his career, and plays right into the versatile scheme the Warriors try to run. Up next at number 23,
Landry Shamet,
we
he's
have
a good
Landry
shooter.
Shamet
He's
of
actually
the
a
Los
good
Angeles
shooter.
Clippers. Shamet
I
emerged
agree.
right away as a premier shooter from the perimeter, and in year 2 is a key member of a title contender's rotation.
Yeah.
He moves very well off the ball and off screens, creates space for himself to get to his spots, and is a very confident shooter. It usually takes young shooters a few years to get going, but what's so impressive about Shamet is he's already highly effective this soon. Next up at number
He could low-key be higher,
22,
I think.
we have Matisse Thybulle of the Philadelphia
Really good defender,
76ers.
really good
Thybulle's
playmaker,
a rookie this year, and off the
and he
bench,
can finish
he
it at the
provides
rim.
a defensive spark we haven't seen from a first-year player in a while. His ability to create turnovers and make plays on the defensive end already rank amongst the best in the league, and if he can become a more consistent offensive player,
Yeah.
he'll be a phenomenal two-way guy on the wing.
Yeah, I agree.
Up
I agree.
next at number 21,
OG.
we have OG Anunoby of the
OG's
Toronto
actually
Raptors.
really
OG has
underrated.
stepped into the role
The
Kawhi
casual
Leonard
NBA
left
player
behind
doesn't
at the
know him.
small forward position, and while
But
he
he's good.
obviously isn't producing at nearly the same level, he has been a big part of the Raptors' success this year. He's a terrific young defender, a solid perimeter shooter, and just a smart overall
Oh my god.
player. Next
Okay.
up at number 20, we've got
Sekou
Sekou Doumbouya of the Detroit Pistons.
I think he
Doumbouya
could be
is
good
the
in the
youngest
future. He
player
just
in
hasn't
the
had
NBA
any
right
time
now,
with
and
Detroit.
while at this point he's still incredibly raw, I truly believe he has the ability to become a big-time player down the line.
I agree.
He's got terrific size and length, he's quick, he's skillful, and he's a capable shooter. And as he develops more and puts on more muscle, he'll be a big part of what the Pistons do for years. Next up at number 19,
Yeah,
we
Jarrett
have
Allen's-
Jarrett Allen of the
Whew.
Brooklyn Nets.
He's nice on
Allen
defense
is
and
a
he can
fearless
finish at the
rim
rim.
protector that has made some very noteworthy blocks, but overall, he does still
Yeah,
have some
he's
room
tough.
to improve as a defender. He can tend to get bullied by bigger players, but he's
Yeah.
strong on the glass, he's efficient around the rim, and he is still a very solid player at the center position right now.
Okay.
Up
I
next
agree.
at number 18, we have
Hey, this man Rui has been really good. But honestly, he hasn't lived up to the hype I was giving him when he came into the draft. I thought this man was gonna be actually like amazing in his first year, but it is only his first year, so he has time to develop. But nah, I like Rui's game, so he played pretty good with the Wizards. But I mean, it's the Wizards, to be honest.
Rui Hachimura of
It's
the
the Wizards,
Washington
come on.
Wizards. Hachimura is a highly talented young power forward that uses a combination of strength and skill to dominate the low post and score on the inside. He's still working on extending his range out to the three-point line,
Yeah, he can't
but he
shoot
has a
that
nice
well.
mid-range jumper and should be a big part of the Wizards for a while. Up next at number 17, we have Malik Beasley of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Okay.
Beasley's finally getting an opportunity to break out in a bigger role, and in his short time in Minnesota, he was making the most of it by scoring 21 points per game and shooting 43% from three. I'm very intrigued to see him in this role for an entire season, because he could be an excellent running mate in the backcourt alongside D'Angelo Russell.
Okay.
Next up at number 16, we have Collin Sexton of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Sexton's been a slept-on prospect in his first 2 years.
Collin Sexton, now get out of Cleveland. Like, get out of Cleveland. Also, they already out. Cleveland's so stupid. Like, why would you draft Darius Garland when you already have Collin Sexton? Like, that was just so dumb. Yeah, I hope they could just step it up. You know what I mean? Like in this upcoming draft.
But his production speaks for itself. He's more of a scorer than a true point guard, but he's averaging an efficient
plays
21
shooting
points
guard,
per game
I'm pretty
this year,
sure.
and should continue to be a threat to opposing defenses for a while.
Okay.
Up next at number 15, we have RJ Barrett of the New York Knicks.
Honestly, I think RJ in his first year wasn't too good, but I think some of that was just because he played with New York. I'm not trying to knock any, like, franchise, but he didn't really have anyone to grow with, you know what I mean? Like, their best player is Mitchell Robinson, a dude that's only played like 2 years in the NBA, so, I mean, he didn't have any veterans to help him, but I think he could be good in the future, like, really good, but...
is a multifaceted wing player that can run an offense in a point forward role and make plays in a bunch of different areas. Some of his biggest weaknesses come mentally with his decision making, but if the Knicks ever get their act together and add real talent around him, he should be a very strong leader.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't have that much talent.
Up next at number 14,
Coby White has been really good with them. Well, at the beginning of the year, he wasn't too good, but he was stepping it up before the season ended. And yeah, I like his game.
Of the Chicago Bulls.
Really good
White's
point guard.
Rookie season started pretty slowly, but in the weeks before the league was put on pause, he was unleashed and showed how good of a scorer he could really be. In the last 9 games of the season, he averaged over 26 points and scored over 30 in 3 consecutive games. He's a terrific shooter of the ball and a dangerous playmaker.
Why are there so many
ads? He comes in pretty high on this list. Next up at number 13, we have DeJounte Murray of the San Antonio Spurs.
Is actually
Murray's
really good.
One of the best.
I like his defense, bro. He's tenacious, and he can finish at the rim, and he's a good shooter. So yeah, I like his game. Yeah, I think honestly he's really young, so I think he has time to improve. But yeah, I hope San Antonio becomes a little bit more better. But he has been able to work with some veterans, so yeah, I think he'll be good.
Young defensive players in the league, and having already made an all-defensive team, he's off to a pretty good start. He's got
when I play him in 2K, he locks my man down.
Very good instincts on that end, and as he develops more into a point guard on the offensive end, he'll be running the offense for the Spurs at a high level.
Shoot, though.
Next up in number 12, we have Jamal Murray.
I like Jamal Murray, bro. He's low-key underrated.
Murray's scoring ability is key to a lot.
Alright, sorry guys, back to the video.
We have Jamal Murray of the Denver Nuggets. Murray's scoring ability is key to a lot of the things that Denver does, and his ability to work well alongside Nikola Jokic make them a very stable.
They could be scary in the future. And I like his game, bro. He's underrated. I like his game.
He's got star potential in.
I'm not just saying that because he played for Kentucky, but I actually think he's good.
I'm not quite as confident in him reaching it as the players I've ranked ahead of him.
Okay.
Up next.
No, Jonathan Isaac definitely should not be this high. He hasn't been able to help the Magic. He's a good defender, but he's horrible offense, being honest. I don't think he should be ranked this high. I thought he had like a lot of potential when he first came in. This hasn't lived up to it. Plus, he's really injury prone, so.
At number 11, we've got Jonathan Isaac of the Orlando Magic. Isaac looked like he was about to burst onto the scene this year, but unfortunately, injuries
he's too injury
prone. Down. He's already one of the best defensive players in the NBA, and have no doubt in my mind he'll be contending for Defensive Player of the Year awards in his future. Offensively, he's a useful role player, but defensively, he's a star in the making. Now to start.
De'Aaron Fox is scary. He keeps improving every year, and low-key he kind of should be higher on the list, in my opinion. But let's see who he has in the top 10.
Through 3 seasons, Fox has just gotten better and better, and his blazing speed and smart decision-making out on the floor have been one of the few bright spots in Sacramento recently.
Sacramento needs to get some better players, and Marvin Bagley needs to stop getting injured.
At just 22 years old,
he's
averaging 20 points and 7 assists per game, and at the rate he's progressing, he'll be a multiple-time All-Star and great player in his prime. Next up at number 9, we have
I like Donovan Mitchell. He's scary. He's a Louisville boy. I like his athleticism, his offense. He's just a great player. I wish he had somebody better than Rudy Gobert with him, to be honest. But no, I like Donovan Mitchell's game. He's cool.
Mitchell is an offensive dynamo, and he's been what drives the Jazz offense since his rookie season. There isn't a shot he won't take, he can handle the brunt of a number 1 option, and he's already scoring a cool 24 points per game. He was a first-time All-Star this year, and he'll surely get invited to plenty more in the future.
I agree.
Up next at number 8,
whoa, Trae Young's low? Okay, I mean, most people would say he'd be higher. But I agree with this spot, just because I've been to so many Atlanta Hawks games where Trae Young, he's a pretty clutch player, but he doesn't help his teammates. He doesn't know when to pass. He does like 2 steps over the half court line and shoots. He just doesn't have that great of like a basketball IQ. So yeah, I agree with this spot, to be honest. He just hasn't been able to help the Atlanta Hawks. I know the Atlanta Hawks doesn't have that many good players on their team, but still you should at least have some, I don't know. Just I don't know.
Have Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks. Trae's putting up video game numbers in his
Yeah,
second season
true,
right
but
now by scoring 30 points a night and dishing out 9 assists.
I mean, he gets 9 assists, but it's like he can't set up his teammates. He just gives it to them when they're open. Like I feel like he's too stat hungry, you know. But yeah, that's just me.
But the numbers are a bit hollow being on one of the worst teams in the league. He's undoubtedly an offensive juggernaut, but until he improves his putrid defense,
his defense horrible too. And he just doesn't have that great of basketball knowledge. Like this, I've seen many times where he pulls up like 2 steps over half court and shoots. Like, don't ever do that again.
His upside is somewhat limited, despite already
oh my God,
being
another ad?
high. Next up at number 7, we have
Devin
Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns.
Amazing. I think if Phoenix just gets a little bit better, more players, they could be scary with Devin Booker. Plus, this year they weren't too great, but they were better than the previous, like a lot of previous years. So yeah, I think D-Book, if he just keeps progressing, gets a little bit of like a better, teammates with them, I think they could be scary. Phoenix
Booker's
Suns.
been one of the unluckiest NBA stars in the NBA thus far because the Suns front office haven't exactly given him much to work with in 5 years. Still, his production speaks for itself. He's one of the best offensive talents in the entire league, and he can take over a game when his team needs him to.
Yeah,
Up
I agree.
next at number 6, we have
Shai
Shai
Gilgeous-Alexander
of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
He's helped the OKC Thunder so much. Nobody thought they were going to be this good. Him and Chris Paul, I don't know. Like, they've been scary. Plus, nobody thought he was going to, like, be this good, like, coming into the season. And also, he's a Kentucky boy, but, yeah, we're just rating off of him in the NBA.
I know there are a few really big names underneath him on this list, but Shai in just 2 years has shown potential to be an elite two-way player, and I think a few years down the line, he'll actually be one of the best players with that title in the game. He's got great size, he's so smooth operating with the ball in his hands, he's calm and under control, and he makes so many impressive decisions already. Defensively, he can hold his own on several different positions, and offensively, he's going to be very tough to stop.
I agree.
Now starting off the top 5.
No, Josh should not be this high. I feel like people like Donovan Mitchell, Shai, even Trae Young should be higher than Jamal Murray. I mean, he's only a rookie. I mean, he has helped the Memphis Grizzlies out a lot. He's definitely winning Rookie of the Year. But I just don't. I think in maybe like 2 years, he'll definitely be right here, but not right now, to be honest, because you never know. He could just pull like a D Rose and never be the same. But
5, we've got Ja Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies.
I don't agree.
Ja's the heavy favorite for Rookie of the Year this season because he's already uplifting a franchise that had little hopes for the playoffs to currently being the team that holds the final playoff spot. His impact is already far surpassed what was expected, he oozes with potential, and he's already a big-time player and borderline all-star. Next up at number 4,
I like Bam. He's definitely most improved player, comes from Kentucky, he's a good defender, and he can finish, and he has pretty good basketball IQ. I like his game. Definitely think that he's gonna bring that most improved player award. And yeah, he's a great player. And he's young. He's really young. I mean, this is the promising young players list.
Adebayo of the Miami Heat. Adebayo's emergence this season is honestly the biggest reason the Heat have such a promising future, because the skill set he possesses as a big man is one of the most unique things I've ever seen. He's an all-defense level rim protector. The only big man that passes the ball and makes plays better than him is Nikola Jokic.
True.
And he's even a highly capable second option as a scorer.
Yeah, that's what
His
I'm saying. He's
high,
really good.
And he's just getting started. Next up at number 3.
Hey, Jayson Tatum's nice. He could Loki. Let's see who they have in the top 2. My predictions are Luka Doncic and I don't know who else. Yeah, but Jayson Tatum's nice. Plus, the way he's been playing this season, he's been a beast. All-star, helps his teammates a lot, helps the team out a lot. They were number 2 in the East before the season ended, and most of that was because of Jayson Tatum. So yeah.
3, we have Jayson Tatum of the Boston Celtics. Tatum's one of the most promising young talents we have in the league right now, and especially recently, he's been flashing every bit of his superstar potential. He's efficient, he's effective, and he's tough to stop, and at just 22 years old, he'll be the face of the Celtics for a long time.
I agree.
Up next, we have the...
Whoa! Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh, you're actually joking. Zion has played 19 games. Like, chill out. We don't even know if he's gonna be good in the future. He's not better than Donovan Mitchell. He's not better than Jayson Tatum. He's not better than Trae Young. Like, come on, bro. Chill out. He's not better than Shea. Like, oh my gosh, yo, that's crazy. Okay, Brandon Ingram should have been like. I always get if Brandon Ingram was in the top 10 for the New Orleans Pelicans. Zion shouldn't even be with the on the New Orleans Pelicans, best young players, because Brandon Ingram's pretty young, and he has a more promising career than Zion. We don't even know if Zion's gonna be good. Like, let's be honest, he's only played 19 games.
Runner-up at number 2, and the selection here is Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh my gosh.
We may have only seen a glimpse of Zion so far,
exactly.
But that's really all that's needed, because it's
no, bro, no.
Clear as day, this guy is going to be big time.
He's not even better than Jamal Murray, bro. So why is he hired? That makes no sense.
Of sheer
I like
brute
this
force,
list until that,
agility, and unbelievable athleticism make him one of the biggest freaks of nature the league has ever seen, bro. And he'll be one of the best players in the game in no time.
Okay, maybe, but we don't know that. 19 games, just remember that.
As long as he stays healthy.
Another ad.
And finally...
Yeah, that was obvious. Luka, he's averaging the triple-double with like 30 points. Amazing player. Yeah. Just crazy. Probably like top 7 players in the NBA right now. Like, he's crazy.
The number 1 spot on this list goes to Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks. Luka is doing things at age 21 that we really haven't seen before, and with averages of 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists per game, he's been the driving force of a playoff team already. He's such a naturally gifted scorer, and his vision and IQ out on the floor are top-notch, so when it comes down to it, it was a pretty obvious choice to be at number 1 for him. And with that being said, that's all I have for you today.
Okay, I agree with most of this except John Morant being so high, Zion being way too high, Zion even being on the list, to be honest. But nah, I like this list by Hoop Reference. If you guys want to check out the video for yourselves, the link will be down in the description. Also, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video if you agree with what I think the list should have been, or if you agree with how he thinks the list should have been. Still like the video, and if you guys want to see more content from me, check out my Twitch. The link will be down in the description, or search up KLJ2K. This has been KLJ2K, and I'm out of this joint.